Stray is an incredibly sweet but somewhat somber tale of a little kitten that loses his way and tries to go back home, at least on the surface. I'm Andy Burkowski, and today I wanted to go over the hidden story of Stray and what could come next in the series. The game begins with the player taking control of a stray cat who's playing with his 3 cat buddies. After some exploring with his friends, Stray falls off of a large platform and hurts himself slightly, unable to reconnect with his family. Instead, he begins to travel inward of this strange, boxy, post-apocalyptic city that is seemingly devoid of any life, save some strange pink monsters and a security camera system that is seemingly following Stray's every move. Eventually, these pink little monsters known as Zurks try to eat our fast little kitty, but he is able to escape and discovers that a consciousness is trapped within the computer devices around the city and is looking for our help. Once you find a suitable body for this consciousness, he claims that he was actually trying to help a human scientist, but the transition process into a new body failed, and now he wants to be known as B12. He'll be working with Stray, giving us a cool little cat suit and letting us talk to the denizens of this world. B12 also lets it slip how long he's actually been in this state. Some estimates vary, but it could be close to 7 million years since humans have been seen in this world, which will have some pretty big implications later on in the story. Our robot friend is now committed, though, to leaving this broken down city, opening its walls, seeing the sky, and getting us home. In that quest, B12 and Stray happen upon a village of companion robots, devices that were originally intended to help their human masters, but have since evolved into their very own distinct society. The guardian of this society informs us of a group known as the Outsiders, looking to leave their existence in the slums. It would seem that even within this society, capitalist oppression still exists, and there are some companion robots that live a life of relative luxury in a place called Midtown, and others subsisting in the slums. It's also at this moment we get to see a little bit about what happened to humanity and how the companion robots adapted around that legacy. These companion robots have also mimicked other human traits like eating, drinking, playing music on the side of the street, and other activities like that. Eventually, Stray and B12 meet with the outsider known as Momo, who will task you with finding his friends and figuring out a way to get past this Zurk invasion. In doing so, Stray discovers a company called Neko Corporation, which invented a bacteria to get rid of the organic waste in the city that eventually evolved into Zurks, who now have a taste for metal and want to eat these companion robots. Stray and B12 meet the enigmatic Doctor, who has invented a device that will allow them to destroy the Zurks and allowing the slum city to expand once the Zurks are gone. The pair get this device and continue on their journey. There's a really perilous run through an area called the sewers. We discover that these Zurks aren't just individual little pink creatures, but they've evolved into something truly terrifying and need to be destroyed. Yet, that's not all we discover. We also arrive at another companion village, a little bit different from the slums, and B12 figures out a secret about his own identity. This also recommits the pair to finding a way out and getting Stray home. They eventually head up to the glimmering city of Midtown, where companion society has peaked into this buzzing cyberpunk metropolis. The pair are now looking for Clementine, an outsider and a companion robot that wants to take the subway into the control room level of this world, open the doors, and let us all be free. This is also where we discover a new subset of companion robots known as Sentinels, which B12 does have a memory of. After working with an ally of Clementine's to try to navigate the city, we spend some time in the club, and we are eventually betrayed and sent to jail. Stray could drown, and B12 and Clementine could be set up for a possible deletion. Stray puts his life on the line to save both Clementine and B12, getting the parts needed to access the subway as Clementine decides to stay behind and give them a distraction. Once the duo arrive at the control room level of the city, things are very different. The companion robots have seemingly stayed beholden to their programming. Everything is clean and cared for, waiting for their human masters to return. They haven't evolved into the society we've seen before. This is also, though, where B12 discovers the final hidden truth about what happened to not only him, but all of humanity within the walled city. This shocking discovery gives B12 the motivation he needs to make the ultimate sacrifice. Using the mechanical power within this tiny robot body, he overrides the security controls and is able to open up the walled city, but not before one last heartfelt goodbye to the friend that gave him his humanity once again. His sacrifice also means that the Zerks have been eliminated thanks to the sunlight, along with the Sentinel robots that have controlled the companions. This would allow the entire city to meld into one big ecosystem once again, and not only that, head out into the outside world for the first time in possibly 7 million years. As Stray walks into this outside world, chasing some birds on the way and continuing his quest to find his family, we see a small flicker on some internal machinery, which indicates to us that B12 is back inside the infrastructure of the walled city, but now his consciousness isn't in the lower levels, but in the control room. This could mean we could save him again, put him in a robot body, but I like to think this means he can now shepherd the new civilization the way he sees fit as the city itself. The one bittersweet thing is, we don't get to see that final reunion between Stray and his kitty friends. Could this be for the next sequel, or did the developers intentionally want to leave it open-ended? The truth, unfortunately, remains to be seen.